Hey, what's poppin', man? It's our duty to keep y'all informed, man. This happened like so many hours ago, but I just did a video and I just told people how the devil, man, how the earth is the devil's, man. And us saints, man, we gotta know how to bob and weave through them, man, some kind of way, shape, or form. Then again, I say that we may have to be like, take initiative to be able to start eliminating them ourselves, man. That's real. I look at it like if we want to live perfect and great lives, man, and it's like we got a set of people that's always trying to disrupt that. We need, and then the people, man, the mass of people can do a lot. We need to do something about it. But no, but this right here, now check this out. We grew up going to church. See how the devil doing right now? People are getting popped in church now. I mean, we know that, you know what I'm saying? It's been little church little bombings and church little things, you know what I'm saying? We had four girls back in the days that got burnt up in the church or whatever, and the devil constantly try to keep messing with God's temple. We got to come together, y'all, some kind of way, man. All right, this story right here is about Joel Osteen, man, one of the pastors out in Houston or whatever. I think it's Texas, something like that, man. Lady got caught shooting up in there, man. They had to pop her, man. Send her home, man. That's what I'm saying. The mass of people, she came in shooting in the church. Pop, she need to go. It's like this from now on. It's like whatever you do, that's how you should go. If you kill somebody, however you killed them, that's how you should go. Real talk. If you kill somebody with a gun, you should go out by firing squad. Straight up. If you burn somebody up, they should burn you alive. I'm just saying, because, man, the other countries do. They'll get rid of you, homie. You snatch and take from somebody, they chop your hand off. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of those things in the Bible. We got to find them, though. But doing the others as they doing to you, man. We finna get into this video, man. The lady went in there trying to pop at God's people, man. They got popped back. That's what's supposed to happen, though. We be right back, man. Like, share, subscribe with the coolest dude on YouTube.
Listen in to investigators first.
Good
Mayor John
afternoon.
Whitmire.
I'm John Whitmire, Mayor of Houston, Texas, and I stand before you today, unfortunately, to report on a tragedy that occurred just before 2 o'clock at Lakewood Church as they were in between services. I'll leave the details of the first responders' reaction in a timely fashion to the Chiefs Fenner and Chief Pena. I want Houstonians and surrounding communities to know that the first responders are doing their job in protecting the public, Houstonians, and surrounding communities. I also want everyone to know that this is a perfect example of the collaboration between departments. It's exactly what we've been calling for. HPD, constables. I could just go through a list of multiple agencies representing their agencies in a very responsive way. We want to give our condolences to Reverend Osteen and his congregation. It's unfortunate on a day that we want to attend church, watch America's #1 sports event. We find ourselves gathered here to respond to this tragedy. We want Houstonians to know that they are being protected by their first responders. We want to thank the Houston Fire Department for their quick response, the medical profession who is tending to one of the injured. So, as mayor of the city of Houston, I want to assure everyone that everyone is at work doing their job. Let's come together on this beautiful day, a day that we're experiencing a tragedy. Let's hug our loved ones. When you leave here today, go hug your loved ones and say a prayer for those that are involved. Say a prayer for those officers that had to drop this suspect. They're suffering right now. And all these other first responders that I'm surrounded by, they're doing their job so we can be safe. At this time, let me yield to our police chief, Troy Fenner.
Thank you, Mayor. Like the mayor said, and I think the most important message, before I get into details, Let's talk about the resiliency of our great city. And we worship together, we cry together, but we rebuild together. This is a tragic day to watch how we stand together. No suspect or suspects will tear down our city and our places of worship. Pastor Osteen is standing with us and all of our partners. And I want to thank them all, our local, our state, our federal partners. I just want to give some detail here, but pray for everybody that's involved. The victims who I'll discuss here, and the unsaid victims, those individuals that came here to worship today and had to witness this. But rest assured, in this city, we're going to stand strong and we're going to move forward. So approximately at 1:53 p.m., a female, approximately 30, 35 years old, entered the property on the west side here in the parking lot of Lakewood Church. She entered the building. She was armed with a long rifle and a trench coat with a backpack, accompanied by a small child, approximately 4 to 5 years old. Once she entered, at some point she began to fire. I want to compliment the off-duty officers who were working extra employment here. One TABC agent, 4 years of service, 38 years old. An HPD off-duty officer, 28 years old, 2 years of service. Both officers, the officer and agent, engaged, striking the female. She's deceased here on the scene. Unfortunately, a 5-year-old kid was hit and is in critical condition at our local hospital. There was a 57-year-old man who didn't have anything to do with it, I don't think, was shot in the leg. He's seeking treatment in the hospital. So let's all pray for each and every one of them. Once she went down, officers reported back to us that she threatened, that she had a bomb. So we searched her vehicle, our bomb squad, and also the backpack. No explosives were found, but she was also spraying some type of substance on the ground. So HFD came and the fire chief would speak briefly on that. But again, we're gonna stand strong. Again, I wanna commend those officers. She had a long gun and it could have been a lot worse, but they stepped up and they did their job. And I wanna thank them for that. As you know, when an officer's involved in a shooting, we conducted a criminal investigation, Harris County District Attorney's Office, and also both agencies conduct administrative investigations. That will take place. Both of these officers will, and the officer and the agent will be placed on administrative duty. But again, let's pray for everybody. And we stand strong here in Houston. I'll pass it on right now. Let me say this too. Places of worship. That's what they are. And that's what they will remain in our city. So it's just an opportunity for us to refocus and make sure that we all look out for one another. There will be increased patrols and a lot of conversation in our command posts with our federal partners and our local partners. But we're going to increase those patrols in and around those religious institutions. And it doesn't matter which faith. We love everybody here in our city, and everybody's important. So let me pass it on to Fire Chief Pena.
That's what's supposed to have been said right there. We care about everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because you see it's different races right there. So therefore, man, we got to stop all this extra. But see, I don't know what what race the lady was, so we can't say. But it ain't no race thing right here. You know what I'm saying? It's a love thing. We got to watch each other's back, even when we at church. That's the thing. If you at a movie theater and you see something look strange, just because that person is a certain race or whatever, man, we got to work together if we want to solve this situation. You know what I'm saying? But I see that's how stuff always gets solved when we work together, though. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Mayor. First of all, let me thank all the agencies that are here with us. This is really a team effort, and our prayers are with, and our positive thoughts are with the injured, and with the officers that engaged this suspect. It's traumatic not only for our community, but it's certainly traumatic for the officers who had to take a life, and we worry about their mental health as well. So our prayers are with them, and we're going to give them whatever support they need to ensure that they are able to manage through this incident safely. Kudos to the first responders. The Houston Fire Department, Police Department was here within minutes. We are now dealing with consequence management of this incident. Now that the threat has been neutralized, we are going to take our time to ensure that any issue, any risk that we see is properly vetted. We have our hazmat team on scene. You see behind us, you have decon units that are participating in collaboration with the Houston Police Department's bomb squad to ensure that we are looking at every aspect that may be of risk. Right now, I can safely say that we have not found anything that is of concern to our community or to this location.
Now, what y'all should do, though, is get security for that church. You know what I'm saying? Search everybody that come through the church. You know what I'm saying? No hard feelings. And to make sure that don't happen again. Doing their church services. That's the worst thing, man, to be in church. And then the demon come in and kill you in church.
But we're going to take our time to ensure that we look at every aspect. Our hazmat team, our decon team, and our rescue team will remain on scene until needed, and we're going to collaborate in this effort. We did transport two patients. One, approximately a 5-year-old child in critical condition. They went to Texas Children's, and we transported a second male, about 56 years of age, with an injury to the hip. He, last I heard, he was in stable condition. Both are still in the hospital. The child is still in critical condition, and we don't have any further information as far as his status. But again, let's pray for this community as a whole. This is traumatic for everyone, of every Houstonian, and these types of incidents are, unfortunately, something that we deal more often than we need to with. So look, we're going to remain on scene. I'm going to pass this on now to.
Before I get it to, before I bring
Troy?
it up. Yeah. Really quickly, this is a light, an isolated incident, we believe, at this moment. Okay, no further danger to our public, but we do want to conduct a methodical search of the building to make sure that nobody's in there, nobody else is in there hurt. So that will continue. We ask that the public stay away from the area and let us do our job on that. The reunification location for our parents or our family members is the Lifetime Fitness Center here. And if you come up, we'll direct you. Try to stay on the east side of the building, not on the west side of the building, and we'll get you and reunited with your family members. Okay, Pastor.
First off, thank Chief and the Mayor and Chief Pena and all of these men and women did an amazing job, and it's just, you said it, Chief, it could have been a lot worse. Of course, we're devastated. I mean, we've been here 65 years and have somebody shooting in your church, but you know, we don't understand why these things happen, but we know God's in control, and we're going to pray for that little 5-year-old boy and pray for the lady that was deceased, her family and all, and the other gentleman. But I don't know, it's just kind of in a fog, but you know, just believe that, you know, we're going to stay strong. We're going to continue to move forward. And there are forces of evil, but the forces that are for us, the forces of God, are stronger than that. So we're going to keep going strong and just, you know, doing what God's called us to do, lift people up and give hope to the world. Again, I want to thank all these gentlemen, because, you know, I can only imagine if it would have happened during the 11 o'clock service. We were in between services going into the Spanish service, so, you know, if there's anything good of it, you know what, she didn't get in there and do a whole lot worse damage. So we thank God for that He's watching over all of us, and as the Chief says, we're going to keep going strong and bringing hope to the world. But thank you again, gentlemen.
Thank you, Pastor. I'm going to get Chief Gun 2 for translation in Spanish. Thank you.
Buenas tardes. Recibimos la llamada a las 1:53. Los oficiales respondieron en 3 minutos aquí. Lo que pasó es la señora entró en la iglesia aquí en enfrente, dejó el coche afuera, entró con un niño de 5 años, que parece con 5 años. A la entrada, ella tenía puesta un abrigo largo, tenía una escopeta y comenzó a disparar en la entrada. Así en la entrada, los oficiales que estaban trabajando un trabajo extra estaban aquí. Es un agente del TABC que tiene 38 años en el departamento. 38 años y 4 años con el departamento, y uno nuestro de HPD oficial comenzó a disparar. Él solamente tiene 2 años en el departamento. Comenzó a disparar, dispararon. La señora, los oficiales le dieron un balazo al caer. Ella mencionó algo de una bomba. Entonces aquí tenemos los expertos de las bombas, los técnicos. Aquí están asegurando que todo está bien, que no hay ningún explosivo. Al final la señora murió. Un hombre de 57 años recibió un balazo a la pierna, y el niño que trajo la señora también tiene un balazo y él está en condición crítica. Estamos rezando por el niño. La señora también tenía una mochila y todos se están esculcando. En este momento estamos seguros, bueno, más o menos seguros, que todo está bien, pero todavía estamos en la iglesia esculcando para otras posibilidades de otros heridos o otras personas que tienen más información. Por este momento nosotros estamos asegurando que casi todos ya salieron y los tenemos aquí cerquita del Lifetime Fitness, en caso alguien quiere levantar las personas. Este ya no es un balaceo activa, tenemos todo en control. Todavía estamos asegurando que todo está seguro. Vamos a estar aquí entre más o menos de la noche. Estamos orando para todas las familias que están aquí. Esto lo que pasó es muy difícil para nosotros y para todos. Esto pasó en una iglesia, uno donde viene a tranquilizar, a orar para Dios, y vamos a continuar a eso. Vamos a asegurar que todos van a continuar a venir a la iglesia, y porque todo lo que pasó, los oficiales hicieron un trabajo excelente en esa cosa. Podía ser peor, pero los oficiales que estaban aquí hicieron todo lo que hicieron, y la señora ya no está. Entonces es todo lo que tengo.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
That's for all my bilingual, you know what I'm saying, Spanish folks on the tube, you know what I mean? And so y'all can get an understanding if you didn't understand the English version. Feel me?
I want to emphasize that we appreciate our first responders. I want to emphasize what the chief said, that our places of worship will be safe in the city of Houston, regardless of your faith. And I think it's important to emphasize at this time it appears to be a lone actor, but due diligence is being taken by all the first responders from all the multiple agencies. So at this time I'll yield to questions to the chiefs.
No, it's preliminary investigation, and I don't want to speculate on anything. You can see our federal partners are here, our local partners, our state partners, everybody, and we're going to leave no stone unturned, but we're just at the beginning. It's still an active scene, so I don't want to talk about her motivations because I don't know, right, and we may never know the full story. But the important message is we're going to stand together as a city. We're going to stand with this church today and the pastor to make sure that healing begins immediately. But I don't want to speculate on anything else. Next question. Go ahead in the middle here.
Quick question. Is it the belief that those officers that opened fire, did they strike the child?
I have no idea right now. She fired. We don't know. And I don't want to speculate on that. But I will say this. If it was, unfortunately, and that female, that suspect, put that baby in danger, I'm going to put that blame on her. Okay? Next question. Go ahead. A little bit louder. We do believe that. We believe that to be correct.
And the shooting, compact center, sports videos, my understanding was like in the concession area and the round. Was it in the sanctuary and in the
I'm not sure. It's just over here on the west side here, just behind us. Okay, we'll get those details to you a little bit later. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, girl was gospel banging.
I have no idea. Multiple shots. Go ahead.
Was there any explosive device or anything nefarious found?
Nothing found. We're still searching the entire grounds. Okay, and if it is, we'll report back to you on that. Next question. Go ahead.
Did you find an ID on the woman and what she's from?
I'm not sure, sir. If we found an idea right now, if we did, we'll share that with you. But you know what we're up against today on this day, and I think it's very important for us to get before the cameras as quickly as we can, not competing with the Super Bowl and everything else. Let our citizens know that everything is good here, we're standing together, and we're moving forward. Go ahead.
Were you in?
He's not. I'm sorry. Let me ask y'all one thing. I forgot to hold up. Hear me out. I forgot to say the pastor is not going to go with any more questions or anything today. It'll be a time a little bit later. So I'm sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off. I forgot to say that. Go ahead. Within minutes, sir. Within minutes, a lot of officers responded.
She was actually aiming at anybody specific.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I want to speak to
Any
her.
witnesses? There's so many, thousands of people.
Yeah, that's part of the investigation, and we're going to talk to those witnesses. Some are still here, thank God, and they stayed back. So that's part of the investigation. One more with you, and then I'm gonna get over here. All right.
The child that was with this female, is it believed that they are related, like a daughter?
I don't want to speculate. I don't know. The only thing that we know that they arrived here together. Okay. Next question.
Do we know if the suspect arrived in a vehicle?
Yes, a white vehicle. Thanks for I failed to say that. A white vehicle. Yeah.
We don't want to speculate the speculations, man.
Can you any more descriptors on that vehicle?
Not right now. It's just a white vehicle, and we did search that vehicle to make sure there were no explosive or anything found in it. Go ahead.
Is there an ID for what was sprayed on the ground?
We don't know yet. The fire department, as the chief Pena said, they're still evaluating that. All right, a few more questions. Go ahead.
If the child was the woman's, if the boy was the woman's child, what's the relation between the two of them?
I don't know. I don't know. All right. Let me get somebody that asks me a question. Go ahead, and then I'll come back to you. Go ahead.
What's the next? Do you know how long?
Speak up a little bit.
Do you know how long you're closed the church for now? What's the next service?
Until we get through, and the pastor and his staff will make that decision. But it's going to be closed for now. I think that was the last service for today anyway. Okay. Who's next? Who hadn't asked me a question?
I was just wondering that other gentleman who was hurt.
Go ahead.
Was he just a parishioner? Happened to be walking by?
I think so. That's what we believe at this time. It's shot in the leg. Okay. In stable condition. Go ahead.
An officer I spoke with earlier today said they're still searching for another male suspect. Is that not the case?
I don't think so. We believe her to be the lone suspect. If you can believe, with thousands of people in the church, when shots are fired, people run from that area. Some people may say he was a suspect, some not, but we don't believe that at this time, okay? But anybody that ran away or seen anything, we're going to ask that they call HPD Homicide, 713-308-3600. Even if you left the scene, we need to get a full statement of what you witnessed, okay?
Chief, were those officers wearing body cams at the time?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Chief, you said that after she was shot, the suspect said that she had a bomb, and did she say that spontaneously, or was she being questioned by officers?
I'm not sure. I didn't talk to her. That's just what's told to me, or we'll gather more information. We're gonna do 2 more questions, okay? Somebody who hadn't asked me anything. We good? Go ahead.
There's a female that's a suspect right now, and she's under investigation, or is she no longer with us?
She's deceased. Yes, ma'am. Thanks for asking. Go ahead. Last one.
Still here on scene? Is that vehicle still here on scene?
Yes, it's still being processed, okay? It's part of the scene, and it takes hours before we clear the scene.
I assume you'll have video, security camera video you guys are reviewing.
We'll see. We'll see. We're very transparent here in the police department, HPD. So if we have footage at the right time, appropriate time, and if there's body-worn camera, the officers will work an extra job. I don't know the policy for the federal agency, but we'll check with our officers, see if he had it. Okay? Hey, thank y'all. Let's continue to pray for everybody. Thank you very much.
Prayers, man, with Houston, man, you know what I'm saying? Lakewood shooting victims of whatever, y'all prayers are with
even Pastor Joel Osteen of Lakewood Church. Let's break it down, and here's the information that the chief told us. At approximately 1:53 this afternoon, a woman between the age of 30 and 35 entered the church on the west side. She was carrying a long rifle. She was wearing a trench coat and a backpack, and with her was a small 5-year-old boy. Officers, off-duty officers, confronted the woman when she walked in, shot her. She's dead. The 5-year-old was hit, that child now at Texas Children's, in critical condition. We also know that the woman claimed to have a bomb, so they checked her car, they checked the sanctuary, the church, the backpack, found nothing. And one other person was hit, 57 or 56-year-old man in the leg, presumably a parishioner. He appears to be okay.
The officers who engaged the suspect were a TABC agent, that would be a federal agent, and also an HPD officer. Now, after the shooting occurred, you heard Lynn mention that she threatened she had a bomb. She was on the ground at that point. She also said she sprayed a substance on the ground, but we do know from HFD Fire Chief Pena that there has been nothing there on the grounds of the church that they have found to be dangerous for anyone in the immediate area as well. HFD is doing what they call now consequence management. That means hazmat teams working alongside the bomb squad. Again, they have not found anything of concern to the community or the Lakewood facility. Their recon and rescue team will remain on the scene as well. Now, this is believed to be an isolated incident, but that methodical search will continue, says Chief Finner. Now, we also heard from Pastor Osteen, a very shaken Pastor Osteen. He mentioned how they've been at the church for 65 years now, and they don't know why these things happen, but leaning into his faith and saying God has control, that they're even, in fact, going to pray for not just the 5-year-old boy, the man injured, but also the shooter.
That was Pastor Joel Osteen. Now, the question arises, of course, is who was this woman? Reporters on the scene asked if there was an ID on the woman who's now deceased, the shooter. They said that they had not found one or weren't going to talk about it right now. If we know who she is, was she a member of the church? What was the motive for going in? Also, there was some talk early on in our reporting that there may have been a second shooter. That turns out not to have been the case, at least according to Chief Troy Finner, that she was a lone gunman.
Okay, man. All right, y'all, man. All I can say is, man, you know what I'm saying? Watch your surroundings, no matter if you're at the grocery store, when you go to church, you go to the county building, Social Security building, you know what I mean? Definitely even while you at home. Get cameras. I got them everywhere. I can see everything from right here. So therefore, man, it's like safing up, man, and keep a weapon on you, man. Some kind of way, shape, or form, dog. They need to let the pastors carry firearms, because one of the reasons why I say that, because it'd be contradicting, I guess, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, Christians, I guess, don't supposed to carry guns or some shit like that. I know a lot of Christians that got guns. And just because you're a Christian, that don't mean that you can't have one. You know what I mean? Because there's polices that go to church and, you know, some of them are godly or whatever, but their job require them to carry a gun to protect and serve. So therefore, man, the gun law, they should do the gun law accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Pastors should be able to have a gun in their church with full security for that service, every church. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to in the church, and violence is coming into your church, and that's your safe haven, man, I hate to see like how safe we could be after that. But we up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? The shooter gone. She deserve it. She shouldn't have went in there messing with them people. And hey, man, it's all love, man. All races and faces on this earth right here, man. And we all serve the same God, man. The same Jesus, y'all. We up out of here, man. Coolest dude on YouTube, the spiffy guy for 55.